Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to your full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse tarot reading. My name is Natasha. If you've never been here before, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I feel like it's been forever. I did take a little break for the new moon in Scorpio. I was actually hosting my first ever retreat. It was absolutely amazing. I only opened it to my private clients for my first one just because it was not really a test run because it was a full-blown retreat, but it was just a way for me to see if this is something that I would potentially want to do full time or I make it a major part of my business. And it was absolutely incredible. Like, we went to Sedona and it was just the most magical, witchy wellness yoga retreat, self-love. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. If you'd like to see more about it, I did post about it on my TikTok and on my Instagram, and there will be more in the future where I'm looking at New Orleans as the next. My necklace keeps getting like stuck in my cleavage. It's fine. I'm wearing the star tarot around my neck just because that card has been stalking me. But yeah, so the new moon in Scorpio, I didn't do a reading for because I was, again, on the retreat when that happened. We did a live new moon yoga and workshop, and it was amazing. And that retreat really was like, it was really transformative for me and the new moon in Scorpio especially was all about transformation. And, Scorpio in the tarot is death, and it's the death and rebirth. Something has to die for something to be reborn. And now we're entering eclipse season, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm already feeling the chaos. Eclipse season. Eclipses bring about massive change, chaotic energy. This lunar eclipse is actually the longest of the century. So I believe it's going to be 3 hours, I think, long, according to NASA. But it's not a total lunar eclipse. It is a partial eclipse, but it is the longest eclipse of the century. And then the new moon following is going to also be a full solar eclipse. So eclipse season is massive change. I'm getting like tower energy, which, like, I hate the tower, but like sometimes we need it. Massive change and just chaos. I have a lot of notes, so bear with me. But yeah, it's also known as the beaver moon, this full moon. It is in Taurus. So Taurus in the body rules the throat, the vocal cords, the neck. So of course we got throat chakra going on. And I'm feeling very, we kind of spoke about with the new moon in Scorpio. If you did my yoga class, was about transformation, and so is the eclipse season. The eclipse season is like further transformation. The new moon in Scorpio kind of like kicked it off, and now Taurus in tarot rules the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is the Pope of the tarot deck. That's what I've heard it called before. It's all about tradition, and it can also sometimes be a teacher, but it is mostly like tradition, values. And so with this lunar eclipse full moon in that energy, it's like transforming yourself at a deeper level of breaking traditions and maybe changing your values in this really deep, like, what makes you you? Like, what are your core values? What are your core traditions for you? And we're shaking it up. We're completely shaking it up and speaking our truth. Again, that throat chakra, we're speaking our truth about our values. We're standing up for what we believe in. It's a really powerful energy. I mean, I'm really feeling it. I'm like, oh my gosh. But so again, eclipse season, eclipses are essentially portals, and they put us where we need to be. That we'd have, but the last eclipse season, it did the same. We had this like full portal, massive change. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly did. And it puts you where you need to be. And yes, there can be some massive change, and it can feel really scary and feel like, oh my God, this thing is leaving my life for whatever reason. But it's for a reason. It is to put you where you need to be. And something I wrote down when I was writing all my notes that just kept coming up is, you are doing better than you think. You are doing so much better than you think you are. You are so much powerful than you think you are. You're so much stronger than you think you are. And this eclipse season is just going to emphasize that and put you where you need to be and give you the chance to take a leap of faith and start that new path and speak your truth and set things in motion for something bigger. The energy is like evolution, like something big, something massive change is happening. So don't be too scared. I promise it's not, like I said, tower is like catastrophe energy, but sometimes it needs to happen. The full moon lunar eclipse is on the 19th, so on Friday, and we're gonna see what's going on. So that's all. Oh, and I do have affirmations for the yoga class. It's about accepting change as a part of your life, because, you know, we just kind of have to accept these like massive changes sometimes. And accepting yourself with this new version of you. So the affirmations I wrote down are: I accept myself for who I am, and I accept change as a part of my life. So those are on my notes. I am using, I have a little setup today. I'm using my Guillermo Toro Tarot, which is one of my, I think I talked about it in one of my yoga classes. I think the Halloween class. He's my favorite director. I love monsters. And then we're using postcards from a liminal space as an oracle to clarify. I have kind of my heavy hitter crystals here. Just because I feel like, so we need to get grounded. Like when we're doing this eclipse and everything is chaotic, we need grounded. So I have my huge jasper. I have my pyrite tower. I have my smoky quartz. I have some obsidian. I have this is one of my first crystals, but I just did a class where I charged it, and it's just a clear quartz. So I have that guy here. And then also for my retreat, I tried to get everyone zodiac matches. So these are my Pisces matches, and they didn't come in time. So they got delivered after the retreat, and I was like, well, so I'm going to use this to light the little candles I have here. It's very difficult with nails, but maybe. Come on, flame, you can do it. There's one. Oop, that match went out. All right, I just have one more candle. Again, these nails. Gorgeous, but, you know. Come on, flame. You got this. Okay, we got the candles going. If you want some zodiac matches, I got them on Etsy. You know, we love to support small businesses. Get these back in the box. Maybe not, we'll just leave them, it's fine. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. All right, so I'm just gonna shuffle this tarot deck, and while I'm shuffling, I just want you to think, what areas of your life have changed in this past wild year or two? You know, it's been a doozy. And especially these past, 3 to 6 months, what have you noticed that like this needs to change? Because it's been made aware to us, like what needs to change, and maybe we've been avoiding it. We've been avoiding the change. We've been like, nah. And then the new moon in Scorpio was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I really need to change some of these things. And now this eclipse season is just coming to rock your world. What do you feel needs to change? Mind, body, soul, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. You probably know something, right? There's probably something in the forefront of your mind where you're like, yeah, I have been meaning to change that. I'm scared. I'm unsure. Eclipse season is coming, and it's going to make you change, whether you like it or not. So just think about what areas in my life need change. What needs that like massive shift? Because sometimes we need it. Sometimes we're just so stuck in hanged man energy. We're stuck. We've been feeling stuck. We're like, when is it going to change? It's going to change. It's a coming. I want you to take a deep breath with me. Big in through the nose. Fill out the chest, fill out the belly, take up space. And open mouth, exhale. All right, we'll do one more. Let's see where we're at. All right, my friends, here we go. A couple of my stalker cards are definitely coming out. So at the bottom of the deck. All right, this crystal. It's not a bad reading. I was kind of expecting a little more chaos, but it's not terrible. It is not terrible. So let me turn this camera around and let's talk about it. All right, my friends, here's what came up. So we had the Three of Swords. That's been stalking me a ton lately. We have Strength, and it's actually, I forgot the character's name, but from Hellboy 2, I think his name's Wink. That's who's on there. We have the Five of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the World, and this is very, this feminine, you know, feeling it. The Ace of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck, we had the Four of Cups. So get a good look, and let's talk about it. All right, my darlings. So there's definitely some heavy energies here, but the two major arcana that we got are good, you know, good cards. They're not terrible. So first, starting, we have the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords, I always see people that get this tattooed on them because traditionally, like in a Rider-Waite deck, it's a pretty cool image. It's like a heart with swords going through it. I always see people get it tattooed on them, and I'm like, why? It's the card of heartbreak. Like, why would you want that tattooed on you? And I guess I can't talk because I do have the devil and death tattooed on me. But, you know, this one, it gets me because it's the card of heartbreak. And I feel like that's kind of, this like top row of cards, I feel like that's kind of where we are collectively. You know, we have the Three of Swords, Strength, and then the Five of Cups. And, you know, heartbreak, something broke your heart, like, it could be a relationship. Usually it is the card of like a breakup. But it can be anything that's broken your heart recently is put us in this Five of Cups. Grief. Five of Cups is grief, unprocessed grief. Just heavy emotions. Cups are emotions, and we're feeling really heavy because of whatever happened here. And then with the Strength card in the middle is a reminder, yes, to keep going. But the Strength card in and of itself is saying like, you've been through some stuff, you're going through some stuff, but keep going. It's mental, emotional strength, not necessarily physical strength, right? Strength is also, if you can see here on this card, he's kind of, and traditionally it's like a woman kind of taming a lion. And this one, I think it's like a weird pig demon creature, but he's kind of like trying to tame it there. It's about taming the beast inside, and that beast inside is the grief. It is the heartbreak. It is this, you know, it's been a rough couple of years, and especially, I don't know about you guys, but in the past few months, it's been like maybe nothing major has happened, or maybe it has, but for me, you know, it hasn't been anything like really major happening, but it's just that feeling of heartbreak, that feeling of grief that finally, as we're kind of coming out of this, you know, kind of coming out of the pandemic, and things are, you know, there is no normal, nothing's going to go back to normal, but, you know, we're trying to get back to life, and we're like, but it's not the same. But now I feel bad, I feel sad, I'm heartbroken, I'm sad, I'm grieving, like it's heavy. And this is why so many people we've seen, it's called like the mass exodus of people leaving their jobs, because we're all just like, what's the point? Like, you know, so that's the feeling that I'm picking up, is this, yes, you're being reminded to keep going, but it's been rough. It has not been easy. And then I feel like the next row of what the kind of eclipse energy is going to bring is the closing of a cycle, because we have the world, and that essentially that's what the world is the closing of a cycle. It's I've heard it in, I can't remember which guidebook. There's a guidebook that I have, and it was like the "you did it" card, like it's over. This shitty cycle is over. And right before that, we had the Three of Pentacles, and how can we kind of get out of this Three of Swords, Five of Cups energy? The Three of Pentacles is like building something with, it's usually depicted with like three people. The quote that I hear is like, I get by with little help from my friends. It's kind of seeking out people to help you build yourself back up. And, you know, some of us only have ourselves, and I totally feel that. But, you know, at the retreat that I hosted, and I was with all these wonderful, wonderful people, I felt so whole and I felt so good. And I haven't felt that way in a long time. I was actually sleeping. Like, if you know me, you know I struggle with sleep. Like, I'm constantly riddled by nightmares and sleep paralysis and anxiety, and I just can't sleep at night. I have been able to sleep. I slept every night at the retreat, and I've been able to sleep every night since I've come home. And it's because I know I have that support system behind me. So seek out support. It can be friends, family, a therapist. seek out some support to build your foundation, because Taurus is also with the Hierophant, that energy of like Taurus is about like a stable foundation, a stable base. And again, we haven't had that since, pandemic and craziness. And if we can start to build that up again with support from the bottom up, we can close this terrible cycle. We can have that kind of ending. And then we have our Ace of Wands. We have a new spark, ending and beginning. And the Ace of Wands fire energy can be that like chaotic energy, that eclipse energy. Also, again, I just really like how like feminine, this card is. It's definitely looking like something that I don't know if I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but that energy I'm definitely picking up on. The Strength card, I feel like, is again that very feminine. And again, when I say feminine or masculine energies, not gender, just like the energy, it's like healing. Healing is the word that's coming up. And it's kind of, it's a creature. I'm not sure which movie this is from, or maybe it's just one of Guillermo del Toro's just like designs, but it's like kind of a creature in a cocoon. And I mentioned the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is the cocoon, and this is coming out of it. This is the completion of the cycle. I think we've talked about it in previous readings where we had to turn to goo. We had to go into that cocoon and turn to goo so we could come out of it. And we definitely turned to goo, right? The Three of Swords and the Five of Cups is like, you turned to goo. You were completely just like broken down. And now with support, we're going to start to come out of it. And the reward we're going to get is that new spark, new fire, something new, something good, something exciting. The Ace of Wands for me, because I'm a water sign, it's very fast, rapid, kind of nervous, anxious energy. Like I'm feeling like the butterflies in my tummy with it, but it's good. It's good. You're literally being handed this new stick on fire by the universe. And at the bottom of the deck, we had the Four of Cups. And essentially, the bottom of the deck is kind of like the energy that carries the reading. And the Four of Cups is, traditionally it's like some dude sitting under a tree, and he's kind of like, he's sad. He's looking at all these cups in front of him like, these aren't the cups I want. Ugh. And like right behind him is like a cup in the sky, like being handed to him, like right behind him. It's like this hand out of the sky. It's like, here you go. Here's this cup that you've been wanting, but you won't turn around and look at it. Like you're just so focused on, again, and it's rightfully so. We're rightfully focused on the heartbreak and the grief and the shit that we've been through. Ooh, dropping cards. But there is something coming. There is something coming. And with that eclipse energy, I feel like it's going to give us, and it might not be pleasant, right? It might suck. Something, if you're completely ignoring that whatever it is, the torch or the cup that's being extended to you, a tower moment will come and make you turn around. It'll make those whatever cups you're hung up on spill, and it'll make you turn around and be like, oh, that's been there the whole time. We want to avoid that. We want to avoid that tower chaos eclipse energy by finding the support we need, closing the cycle, closing the doors, closing the portals, healing from that heartbreak, that grief, and then, and only then, can we receive that, either the cup or the wand that is being handed to us. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's pull some oracle cards and see what we got. I haven't shuffled my oracle deck yet. I keep knocking over the Three of Pentacles. I think the universe is like, girl, you need to focus on that, because I struggle with asking for help is the energy I'm picking up with the Three of Pentacles, is asking for help. And I struggle with that a lot as someone who's single and has been single for a really long time. And I don't want to say I don't have friends, because I do have very close friends, very small number of very close friends. And I have all my lovely clients who I consider friends who are at the retreat with me. But I think it's just the Pisces energy in me that I like to suffer in silence. And I like to just kind of cut myself off from the world, not be a burden. But what these cards are saying is, like, we were suffering in silence, right? We had the Three of Swords, Strength, and the Five of Cups. We were suffering in silence. And the Three of Pentacles is like, you don't have to suffer in silence. You don't got to do that. Like, all right, we'll do one more. Take a deep breath with me. Big inhale in through the nose. Fill up the chest, fill up the belly, take up space. And open mouth, exhale. All right, my darlings. Sometimes I feel like this deck is just, I love it, but it's just it's a giant troll of a deck. Like it tells you what you need to hear, and sometimes in a not very nice way. So let's talk about it. All right, we have snake medicine. We have mirror mirror, and this is the one I laughed at. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And welcome to the liminal space, my friends. So let's talk about it. All right, so again, we're a little called out. We're a little bit called out. Snake medicine in this deck is described, if you read the guidebook. It is, snake medicine is essentially the poison is the cure. Like, how do you, when you're bitten by a snake, what is the remedy? Is the anti-venom, but it's made from that poison, right? It's made from the same venom that did that to you, right? So the concept of snake medicine is the anti-venom to your hurt, to your Three of Swords, to your Five of Cups is, it still has, it has the venom in it. The healing is rough. I'm not saying the healing is going to be easy, because again, it's made from the same venom that hurt you in the first place. You have to go through that not good place to heal. You have to, the healing is often harder than what hurt you, because you have to go back and revisit it, and you have to work through that stuff. You have to work through it. Again, this is on top of the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do this crappy snake medicine by yourself. You don't have to take that anti-venom by yourself. Ask for help. Ask for help, because this is going to suck, going through and trying to heal what you've been through and taking that anti-venom. It's like it gets, I don't want to say it gets worse before it gets better, but it's, you know, if you've seen, like when someone gets bit by a snake and then they inject it with the anti-venom, usually they're like, you know, they react in a lot of pain because it doesn't feel good to heal, right? That anti-venom, like counteracting the venom sucks, but you know, that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. And we have to go through it. And we're afraid, right? We're scared to, and we're over strength in the world is this mirror mirror card. And we're finally getting to that point where we're looking in that mirror and being like, something's got to change. Something's got to give. We're pointing. Ooh, I literally just flipped the Three of Pentacles. Ask for help. Ask for help. When you're sitting in this mirror and you're kind of pointing at yourself, and I like there's kind of a contradiction here. Like, this person's kind of like darker, more shadowed, and this one's lighter. And we're kind of looking in that mirror and being like, because it's on top of strength in the world, and being like, there is an end. Like, there's a different version of me on the other side of this portal, on the other side of this, you know, eclipse, this healing. And I can see it, and it's there. Like, I'm aware that it's there. But, you know, what has to be done to get there? And that's the snake medicine. And absolutely do not allow yourself to stay in this top row energy of the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. Like, absolutely do not let yourself put off the healing and put off the work that you need to do. Because if you do put it off, you're going to go down this absolutely not road, and guess what? It leads to the tower. We want to do everything in our power to avoid that tower, right? We do not want to go down the absolutely not road. See, like, you have gotten the signs of like, I should not be doing this, whatever it is. It can be so many different things. You've gotten the signs of like, stop. You've seen all these stop signs, and you're just like, no, I'm just going to keep, because I don't want to do the work. Snake medicine sounds terrible. I don't want to do it. But you gotta. And if you can, we have welcome to the liminal space. There's literally a door kind of floating. That's the portal. Eclipse season is the liminal space. Eclipse season is that portal that we have to walk through to get to the other side, that we have to walk through to get to the healing. We have to go through that door. Like the liminal space feels weird. It's weird. Healing feels weird. It's very, I don't want to say scary. It's just very new. It's uncertain. The liminal space is like a hotel lobby and it feels really weird. And you're like, well, I'm here. I didn't go down the absolutely not road, and it still feels really unsure, and I still feel really weird, but you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. So I don't know what's behind that. We got just passing through. It's just passing through. This weirdness, this liminal space, the stuff we're gonna have to go through, the snake medicine, is just passing through. We can get through it. Eclipse season is just passing through. It's not that long, but we got to go through it. And this is, I think, a lunar moth, which is interesting for the full moon. It's just passing through. It's not going to be forever. You're not going to be stuck in this grief, this heartbreak forever. And you're not going to be stuck in that terrible, and I don't want to say terrible healing place, because, it's not terrible. Healing is good, but it's rough, but you're not going to be stuck there forever. It's just passing through. So that's all I got for you, my darlings. It doesn't, I was expecting a little more intense. It's not as intense, but it's kind of, the absolutely not was a little intense. It will be intense if you follow that absolutely not road. If there's something that you've been thinking about and you're getting all the signs of like, no, stop doing this. Like, listen, this is maybe for someone very specific watching this. Absolutely not. If you came into this reading with a question of, should I do this? I know it's bad for me, but should I do it? Absolutely not. Do not do it. All right, my darlings, I think that's all I have for you. I'm about to go teach your yoga class for the full moon, so check that out. Make sure you do that as well if you'd like a little physical ritual to add to your practice. But we got this. We got this. We got to take that snake medicine. It is not going to taste good. I just remembered I had a flashback of when I was sick. My mom would literally have to chase me down to get that, because I hated the way medicine tasted. Like, it's just, it's so terrible. My mom would have to like chase me around the house with like the syringe and like squirt it down my throat. And I was like, no, even though it was going to make me feel better, I did not care. I was like, no, it tastes bad. It's disgusting. I don't want it. But at the end of the day, it's medicine. It's medicine. It may taste terrible but we have to taste that nasty NyQuil to get better. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So I will see you guys in the yoga class. Please let me know if this resonated with you. Don't forget you can book a personal reading if you'd like. I'll put the link in the description box. And I'll see you guys in yoga. Have a wonderful full moon. And yeah,